Hello, and this is Daniel Dahdah with Take 4, would you believe, Terry? This is for you and the others on the hip bursitis group there. I wanted to share with you in the original video how working by sitting down and working at a workstation or a table, you can actually cross your ankles, cross your legs, and what it does is it brings your foot across into the midline of the body, but it also turns your leg out as well, so that knee will flare, and that's causing an external rotation of your ball in your socket joint, your hip joint. Now, that hip joint is held together by ligaments, and the ligaments themselves are called the iliofemoral ligaments. And so we don't want to strain or stretch those ligaments, and that's why stretching is terrible for hip bursitis pain. You just can't afford to stretch it anymore. Now, I'm going to give you a very practical demonstration as to how simple stretches upset it, particularly with people who have had a hip joint that's primed with hip pain and all these chemical mediators floating around those free nerve endings. So let me just explain it to you by giving you a demonstration. Here we go. Bear with. All right, so here we go, and we just had a small interruption then. But now what I'm going to demonstrate to you is how we can cross our ankles like this, and it's the ankle on top. Now, when I'm using the camera here, I imagine that if I say right, it'll probably come out left on your screen as well, so just bear with that. But as I'm actually crossing my ankle, what I'm doing is I'm flaring my knee. And that's enough to put pressure on that ball and socket joint just in there, just by twisting the knee out like that, particularly in people that have got a primed hip, ready to go and create pain. So bringing the foot across and turning the knee out is the issue. Now, you can do that by actually just crossing your ankles underneath your chair as well, and you're flaring the leg out like that. Again, it's not very helpful to be able to turn the knee out like so. Again, what it's doing is it's opening the ball in the socket joint, and it stretches those ligaments just over here. And unfortunately, the brain just says, oh my gosh, this is so bad, it's so uncomfortable, it's creating this burning, nagging pain down here. May I make this suggestion? Put your feet on either side of the casters and let your knees line up with your hip joints. Don't let your hip joints flare like this. All right, just keep them there like that. If it's just the legs of a chair or the either side of the caster, even on the inside, you're able to do that as well, and it's just problematic. What we want to do is non-weight bearing activities, which I've got in the course, but we don't want to stretch. We certainly don't want to stretch this ball in the socket joint anymore. It's just not helpful. So I thought, here we go, take 4. This one's for you, Terry in particular, and all the others on this hip bursitis group as well. And so I hope it was helpful to you, just for me to be able to explain what was going on with the ball in the socket joint and how it just does not like any stretch whatsoever. And something as simple as crossing your ankles underneath the table, underneath your chair, is enough just to perpetuate the stretch. And it just doesn't allow it time to heal. All right, I've got many more tips to share with you. They're in my course as well, and I'll just post a little link there as well if that's of interest to those people as well. And I hope this was helpful for you. All right, take care.